everyone, today for art class we're going to be making a coffee filter owl, a cute and fun art project. Here's what you'll need today. Some newspaper, a plate to put your paint on, 2 coffee filters, some googly eyes, some paint, any color paint you like, white liquid glue, some scissors, orange construction paper, and 2 paintbrushes. I'm going to paint the body of the owl with the bigger paintbrush and do more detailed work with the smaller one. I'm first going to spread out the newspaper to protect my table from paint. I'm going to start by painting one of the coffee filters. It doesn't matter which side you paint, the top or the bottom. I'm going to spread it out and flatten the coffee filter as best I can. It won't be completely flat, so don't worry. When we paint it, it will become flat. Right now I'm just spreading it out to make it easier to paint. I've decided to paint the first coffee filter yellow, so I'm going to go ahead and put some yellow paint onto my paint plate. Now with my bigger paintbrush, I'm going to paint the entire side of the coffee filter. Once it's completely painted, carefully lift it up from the newspaper. Then gently set it a little bit over from where you just painted. This will allow it to dry without sticking too much to the newspaper. I'm going to repeat the process for the second coffee filter, first by flattening out the coffee filter as much as I can. I'm choosing red for the second coffee filter, so I'm going to go ahead and put red paint onto my paint plate. With my larger paintbrush, I'm going to go ahead and paint the entire coffee filter. Once it's covered, I'm going to once again gently lift up the coffee filter and place it just a little bit from where I painted. This will allow it to dry without sticking too much to the newspaper. Now that the coffee filters are completely dry, we can go ahead and attach them. I'm going to flip them over to make sure I attach the bottoms together. Using liquid glue, I'm going to put some on the bottom of one of the coffee filters. I'm then going to use a paintbrush to brush it out smooth, getting as close to the edges as possible. When the glue's all brushed out, I want to make sure that I'm attaching the bottom of the other coffee filter to the glue. I'm going to try to match up the sides as best I can, but if they don't line up perfectly, that's okay. When it's lined up best as can be, go ahead and press it flat. It's now time to fold the coffee filter into shape. Before folding, you need to decide which color you want to be the body and which color you want to be the wings. Whichever color you want to be the wings, leave face down. Whichever color you want to be the body, face up. To get the owl shape, I'm going to fold over a little bit of each side of the coffee filters. The end result will look a little bit like a triangle. By doing these folds, we now have the wings and the body of the owl. I'm now going to fold over the top for the head. I'm going to match up the bottom part of the fold to where the wings cross. I'm going to fold down the headpiece, making sure the top is as flat as possible. Now that the headpiece is folded over, I'm going to glue it into place with some liquid glue. Make sure to press down firmly to secure it. Next, I'm going to make a beak. With the orange construction paper, I'm going to cut a triangle approximately the length of the nose area. I'm going to eyeball it so it may not be perfect, but that's okay. You just want to make a triangle shape out of the orange construction paper. It looks like I cut it to a pretty good size, so I'm going to go ahead and glue it. I'm going to put a little bit of liquid glue onto the back of the beak, and then I'm going to position it where I want and press down gently to secure it. Now it's time for googly eyes. To attach the googly eyes, I'm going to turn them over and add a little bit of liquid glue onto the back. I'm then going to place them where I want and press down gently to secure them. I'm using giant googly eyes because owls typically have large eyes, but if you don't have large googly eyes or you want to use different sizes, that's okay. You can use whatever googly eyes you want. Now it's time to add some detail to my owl. I chose brown paint for my first detail, so I'm going to add a little bit to the paint plate. I'm also going to add some orange, so I've also put some orange on my paint plate. Here's where the smaller paintbrush comes in. I'm going to first dip it in the brown paint and then draw some curved lines on the red wing area. The curved lines give an effect of feathers, so I'm going to draw these brown lines all over the wings. Now I'm going to add some detail to the yellow body with the orange paint. I'm going to cover the yellow body with orange X's to give it some texture. You can use a different shape here if you like. You can use circles, squares, triangles, or even some more curved lines for feathers. It's up to you. Once it's dry, you have a fun art decoration to hang up and celebrate fall. I hope you have fun making your own owl, and thanks for watching.